There are some classes that will help you in converting numeric values to strings in different formats, and it will convert data from one fundamental type to another. There is one of these classes for each of the fundamental data types. This program will introduce you to 4 of the classes and show you a couple of things that they can do. This, the parseInt method of the integer class, will read the string form of an integer and convert it to a binary form. You can create a new integer object, which contains a single integer value, by supplying the value to the constructor. And of course, as you know, anything in Java can be converted directly to a string. This statement displays the value of the fundamental data type as a base 10 number. Now, the integer class has some special conversion methods that turn binary integer values into strings in different formats. The long class has all the same capabilities of the integer class, except, of course, it does it with a 64-bit long value. The byte and short classes don't have all the methods of the integer and long class, but if you need the methods of integer and long, you can always convert the data to an integer and work from there. But they do serve the useful purpose of converting data to and from strings. Here's what this all looks like. I find that I use these classes mostly for converting incoming string numeric data into the internal binary format. You've seen earlier examples where command line arguments were converted to internal values. You can do the same thing with real numbers. Here is a demo program for the 2 Java real number classes, float and double. This program uses real number values on their constructors and stores the number inside, then provides a collection of methods that you can use to extract a number in different formats. In particular, notice the string format of the numbers with exponents coming out of the object. They all start with a single digit, then have a decimal point followed by a number of digits, and then they have an exponent on the end. This is known as the normal or the normalized form of a real number. These are what is known as the wrapper classes because they're all wrappers around fundamental data types. Basically, you create a wrapper object to contain a fundamental data type, and the wrapper object provides a collection of methods that you can use to work with the data. Here are the ones that I've shown you examples of. They all can be constructed by using either a string form or the binary form of the value. They also have static methods that you can use for data format conversion without actually creating an object. They're all extensions of the number class, which is an abstract class defining methods that each one of these must implement. They all have an equals method that compares the values stored inside them. Each one contains a static constant value named min value and max value. That's the minimum and maximum value of that particular type. I suggest that you take a look at the documentation for each of these classes so you'll have an idea of the sort of things they can do, and they can do a lot. And there are some others. The void class cannot be instantiated. It exists just to hold the class definition of the Java void keyword. This is a wrapper of the Boolean data type. It contains methods that you can use to convert the Boolean value to and from a string. This is the wrapper of a single character. Also, it has static methods for returning the numeric value of the character value of a number, and it will convert between upper and lower case. Probably the most useful methods are the ones that test whether character is a letter, whether it's defined, whether it's a white space character, and so on. I could make out a laundry list of all the wrapper methods could do, but my suggestion is that you take a few minutes, look at what each one of them will do in the documentation. You'll benefit from it because you will know that it's there when you are programming, and you will need to be familiar with them for the certification exam.